Hello. If you're anything like me, you've probably seen within your timeline on social media or within your inbox a billion emails and messages saying, "Oh, we've come to the end of the year. Let's reflect on 2025 and maybe set some goals for 2026." And that, I think, is a good thing to do. It's very good to maybe not good, but to have an idea of where you want to go with your life, um maybe what's working, maybe what isn't working, and the things that you've done to look back and reflect and say, yeah, I have done that, and be proud of your achievements. Um, but I think sometimes some of the reviews they can be quite full on, maybe, what have you done? Have you done this? Have you done that? Have you met your goals? And it can be exhausting and it can be overwhelming. And whilst I want us to take a bit of time to kind of look back on 2025, I want to do it maybe slightly differently and in a way that actually makes you feel good about what you've done. You know, you may have done some amazing things. Maybe bought a house, had a dream holiday, maybe had a significant birthday, um, got a promotion at work, or actually you could have just got through every single day. And that in itself is a massive achievement and is worth celebrating. So I thought what we could do is just spend a little bit of time and reflect on, 2025, maybe in a slightly different way than you're used to. Um, and there is an accompanying worksheet. So if you don't maybe catch anything from here, then pop onto my website and you can see the questions that I've asked. Download those. If you want them as a Word document, drop me an email. I can forward them to you as well. And really, this is just for you to spend a little bit of time. There's no pressure. Nothing salesy. Just kind of looking back and going, yeah, actually, this was a good year. So, before we begin, I invite you just to find somewhere that's comfortable to sit, where maybe you can take a few minutes and just focus on yourself. And if you wish so, to close your eyes and just take a deep breath in, hold it for 5 seconds, and then gently exhale. And then do this again. So take a deep breath in, hold for 5 seconds, and then gently exhale. And just take a few moments to just be. And when you're ready, to open your eyes. Now, what I'm going to say is don't overthink this. This isn't an exam as well. There's no test at the end of this. And take as long as you want. Press pause if you want to stop and answer your questions. Write as little or as much detail as you like. You can do this on a piece of paper. You can do this on your laptop, on your phone, wherever, is the right thing for you. Just think about it. But just you know, come back at any point, come back to any of these questions. If you can't answer them now, and you want to think about them, then come back and ask them at a little slightly later time. So I'm going to ask you 10 questions, and then once we're done, you will have your review of 2025. You can add to these questions if there's other things that you wanted to put in here. And actually, if you do come up with some other questions, I would love for you to drop me a line and let me know what else you've asked. So, as I say, as you complete this, don't overthink it. It's not a race, it's not a competition, it's not who's done more this year. It's just about you and take as much time as you would like. And if you can't answer any of these questions immediately, again, just, come back to them and they're not going anywhere. So, if you're ready, question one. What is the favorite thing that you've read in 2025? So it could be a novel, it could be a poem, a blog post, a letter, card, text message, quote somewhere that you saw. Um, And then feel free to go into as much detail as you wish. So, what was the reason it was your favorite thing? What resonated with you? What did you pick up on? Um, Question number two. What's the favorite thing that you saw in 2025? This could be a film, TV program, play, concert, something that happened in your back garden, with your friends. Basically anything that you saw that made you smile. Question three. What is the favorite thing that you heard in 2025? So that could be a song, it could be a podcast, it could be a joke, it could be something on the radio, um, could be somebody saying something to you, it could be a compliment that somebody paid you, just something that stood out for you. Question number four. As you can see, I'm kind of not exactly racing through this, so I'm maybe not giving you a lot of time to sit and think about these things. Um, so feel free to press pause and to just take your time and answer each question. Maybe hear them all first and then come back and answer them, whatever works for you. So question four, what is the favorite thing that you ate in 2025? So it could be a meal out, something that somebody made for you. You tried a new recipe, you went abroad, and there was amazing food that you had. Um, you could have been ill for a few days, and it's your first piece of toast for a week. Whatever it was that your favorite thing was that you ate this year. Question number five. What is something that you're proud that you did in 2025? So maybe you got promoted, or you completed a course, passed a course or an exam. Maybe you cooked a meal for 10 people, or you learnt a new language, or you went abroad and asked for a coffee in whatever language that you were in. Maybe you ran a 5K for the first time. Whatever you've done that you're proud of, write it down. And actually, you might be proud of 10 things. Write all 10 down. Just things that you've done this year that you're proud of. Um, Question number six. What is something that made you smile in 2025? It could be something that you did, something someone else did, something you heard. Maybe it happened this morning. Maybe it happened, 10 months ago. Whatever it was, something that just made you smile, made you feel good. Um, Question number seven. What is something that you made this year that you're proud of? So it could be a presentation that you gave. It could be a craft project, sorry. Maybe you knitted a scarf for a full first time, or you made a jumper, or you made a costume for your kids' play. Whatever it is that you made, or it could be a recipe that you tried and it worked, it was really tasty. Something that you have made this year that you can go, I made that. And it could be a massive thing. It could just be, do you know what? I made a cup of tea this morning. It was great. I loved it. It really can be anything. Question number eight. What is the favorite thing of yours that you wore this year? It could be a pair of shorts that you got into for the first time in years. It could be a beautiful dress. Could be a new work outfit. You've got a promotion and you treated yourself to a new suit, and you wore that on your first day and thought this is amazing. Could be, your comfiest pajamas. Um, Beautiful pair of shoes that you've been eyeing for a long time and you bought them. A handbag. It could be, almost anything, but the favorite thing that you have worn. And so share that, write that down. Question number nine. So, what is something that you tried for the first time this year? And again, this really could be anything. It could be you tried a food that you were thought, oh, I'm not sure about that. And you had it. You may have loved it. You may have thought, actually, no, I was right. But you tried it. It could be a new exercise. It could be a different route to work. Something that you just isn't something that you would normally do. And you just thought, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to do that. And you just tried it. And then question 10. What is your favorite memory from 2025? So what's that thing that if I ask you what really makes you smile? What was that one moment of this year and just thought, wow, yeah, that that sums up 2025. And that's it. That is your review of 2025. So this isn't goal centered. It's not what you achieved. It's about how you felt. Um, and then what you enjoyed this year. So know that the things that you've enjoyed this year and those feelings that you had and kind of what you can do next year to make sure that you kind of keep those feelings and you have more of them. And we often talk about life being a journey. It's not the destination that we get to, it's what we do along the way. And actually, then it's a reminder to enjoy the journey. Because if you only focus on when you get to a place, you may never get there. And therefore, you're not really enjoying your life. Or you may get there and you think, do you know what? I don't really want this. And then you've kind of spent all this time and you've not really enjoyed the process to do something that isn't really what you wanted anyway. Um, And actually, it's also about just enjoying and focusing on those little things every day, the little wins, the little things that bring us joy. Um, and just, remind yourself to just do some more of those every year or next year. And actually, if you've come to the end of this and you just think, I really don't know how to answer this, so ask yourself a question. What did I do today? Or what happened today that made me smile? And make a note of that. And then think about what do I want to do or what will make me smile, if you can't even think of something that made you smile today. Um, because really what this review is ahead of doing a bit of planning for 2026 is thinking about the things that you enjoyed, the things that brought you joy in your life, the things that gave you a bit of purpose, and then knowing what they are, thinking about how you can do more of them in 2026. And actually, if there weren't as many as you wanted there to be this year, there's no shame in that. There's no judgment. It's okay, well, I maybe didn't smile as much as I wanted to do this year. Is there anything I can do next year? Even if it was just a little smile every day, just to bring a little bit of joy back into my life. And so we'll look at next time thinking about 2026 and not necessarily goal setting, but a little bit of what comes next. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. It's a little bit different than kind of writing down all the things that you've done um, and all your achievements. And I mean, you can do that as well if you want to. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I just think it's really important to focus on how you feel and what brought you joy and where you can find more joy in your life. So if you have enjoyed this, please let me know and please share it with somebody else that you think actually that's quite a nice way to look back at 2025. And I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you soon. Thank you. Bye.